Here we go. So welcome, everyone, to the Aquarius full moon Lionsgate celebration. Yes, I know it's August 7th, but most of you, my regulars, know that I do these early for a reason. I want folks to be able to have the information ahead of time and get ready, so that if you have intentions you want to set, there's things you find out you didn't know about, you'll have the time to do your own ceremony on the moment of. So Lionsgate is tomorrow. Full moon is Saturday. So you have a window of time to do your work in. I don't know about y'all, but I have to have some sit down time to just sit with these energies and understand what's going on. So that is why we do these early. There is no magic or wonder in anything I do. It's all you. So it's like you do your intentions, you set things up, and I just give you the info. All right, let's call in sacred space. Let's all take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, just drop those grounding cords, send your roots down, down, down into the earth. And just feel your body just be held. Like let yourself relax and be held by Mama. And then inhale, draw that earth energy up, up, up through your body, send it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the divine above us. And then inhaling, draw that cosmic energy back down, send it all the way back down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. Then connecting with that flow, breathing in, breathing out, activate the as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks. Oh my goodness. To be here in a physical body on this planet right now doing this sacred work. Do you all realize how just incredible that is? Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean current emotions. We welcome love and joy and flow and abundance. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, clarity, all of our guides, angels, allies, and helpers. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome our divine feminine and our divine masculine in sacred right relationship. We call that beautiful energy down through our bodies, and we call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome all of our own sweet, extraordinary souls into this circle. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, and dance with us for our mutual benefit. All right, I am going to pull up some music. For those of you that have not been with me before, we move our bodies to activate all of those energies inside of them. So we're going to do that right now. So just everybody get up and move a little bit. Here we go.
Hi there, how you doing? Oh no, I gotta put it out. back tomorrow.
All righty. So everybody take a minute, have a sit. Now you can kind of feel how your body feels. So just close your eyes and feel into your body for a minute. And I know right now, oh my goodness, it's dicey out there. So you could have all the feels all at once, and I have had them probably all this morning. So just let your body settle a little bit because, yes, there is a lot going on. And what I want to say to you all is that it's all good. There could be some scratchiness showing up because it's like if you imagine running electricity through a cord, there's a lot of electricity running through our little conduits right now. But if you stay grounded, if you get your feet, literal bare feet on the ground, you will be fine. In fact, you will be amazing and awesome. So just remember to do that a lot right now. Okay, so now I'm going to catch us all up. And this is going to be a big overview. If you want more information and backstory about all of this, I have other, like we talked about a lot of it at the last, I believe it was the new moon and then the full moon before that. All of those are on my YouTube channel. You can go back and look, and I'm sure you're hearing it. So this is just a summary. We're under a Leo sun, and we're headed for the Lion's Gate tomorrow. At this moment, Mercury, Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron are all retrograde, which means that is literally a good thing because we're kind of like if you float on your back in the ocean, we're kind of like we're in this floating period. But you can use this, and I've been encouraging my students to use this to reset your relationships with these planets, because the big reset is coming. We're in it right now. So just connecting, meditating, seeing if there's, I've done a little reset with Saturn, going to do some more with some of these others. But it's time to regroup and look at our current timelines, ingrained behaviors, to see what we'd like to shift. And so hopefully you've known this and you've been doing that. Because we're coming up on a full moon, this Aquarius full moon, where at this point you want to be ready to release anything else that isn't serving you and step into holding what you want for the future. And you still have a little time. Why we did it early, right? And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So let's talk about the Lion's Gate. Because it's just one of the things. I mean, there's so many beautiful things lining up for us to have this wonderful time to set really good intentions. The Lion's Gate, for those of you that don't know, is really a block of time that actually started on July 28th. It peaks tomorrow, so it's the biggest, but it's been pushing us, which is part of the reason. If you feel tired, if you dream a lot and feel like you can sleep for 10 hours and not get enough sleep, that's part of this. It corresponds with the rising of the star Sirius, which was very important to the ancient Egyptians. And in that, it was the beginning of their growing season after long droughts. So it's commonly associated with the goddess Isis, as she's bringing the blessings from the heavens. This configuration encourages us to live in a very conscious way from our hearts. Those of you that have been hanging out with me know that's where we've been for the past year and a half. Our minds are not equipped to handle the changes that are being demanded of us right now, but our heart is. Every year, this portal opens and it goes from the 28th to August 12th, when the Earth and Sirius the dog star, Orion's belt, and the sun are all in Leo, and they move into alignment with the pyramids in Giza in Egypt. So the portal created by this lineup is at its widest, like I said, tomorrow. When this alignment happens, there's a huge surge of light in the cosmos, which transmits higher frequency energies and light codes to Earth. So the Lion's Gate energies are all about heart-based transformation, creativity, and manifestation. So there are many teachers out there. This is when we can shift a lot of things. And this one is especially potent because at that August 12th, August 11th, August 12th window, there's also another big conjunction happening. Jupiter and Venus, the two most benevolent planets in the cosmos that I know of, are going to be conjunct, which means they're going to be very close. I think of it, if you think of sacred geometry, I think of the two planets as two balls. And when they come together, like they're coming together, they create that vesica piscis in the center, which in sacred geometry is an opening. It's a portal to new worlds, new creation. And within that portal, when all of this happens, Sirius is going to conjunct with them. So when I see something like that happening in the cosmos, I know something special is afoot. So this is when you want to set your intentions, lay down your desired outcomes, ask for what you need to do your sacred work on the planet and live from your heart. And so that's beautiful. And we're in that window right now. And then here comes this Aquarius full moon. Now, when you see what I'm gonna, well, I'll talk about that in a minute. I think I just told you most of what's on this slide, but I'll go over it. So it's the perfect time to dive into this higher vibrational field to receive and amplify all these energies in your life. You know, if you look at the numerology, a double eight is a goddess number, and it's about change, new opportunities, a time to accept endings, don't get stuck, open to new opportunities, manifest your heart's desire. For those of you that have, and if you haven't signed up for the summit, please do, even if you're already on my list. You just don't want to miss anything because there are so many heavy hitters on this one. One of them is Kaylin Castell, and she talks about how Jupiter and Venus have never been this close. At least she looked 100 years in either direction, and they've never, ever been this close together. And then with Sirius popping in like that, that just doesn't happen very often. So another reason I started early, set aside some time to align with the Lion's Gate energies, the energies of a lion, courage, passion, strength. Raise your frequency and set yourself up to harness the energies that are afoot. Okay. So other things now, like I said, we've had this moment where we can kind of, take the time to really think about some of this stuff. Saturday at 2:55 a.m. Central Time, the 9th, there is an Aquarian full moon. Now, just a normal Aquarian full moon, full moons are all about releasing anything that doesn't serve you. And if you have been rearranging, you may have found some things that don't serve you. So this is the perfect time. But specifically for Aquarius, what are things that are distinct or unusual about yourself? And, maybe there are habits that you don't like that you need to adjust. Are you connecting? Do you have a tribe? Have you found people that are like you? How consistently do you both hear your intuition and follow it? That might be an edge for some of us. How fully are you serving others with your special talents? How well are you connecting with your tribe of like-minded souls? And how much are you acting in support of the greater good? Because those are all Aquarian attributes. Thinking of the big picture, praying for the earth, not just for yourself. Setting intentions for all of humanity, not just for you. That's Aquarian ideals. That being said, and I'm going to show you all of the stuffs around this, and then I pulled some cards for us. But this full moon can be scratchy. It won't look scratchy when I show you all of this because we write it in nice ways. But just suffice it to know that the energy may be so intense that you might have a tendency to go, you're not like me. I can't stand to be around people that aren't like me right now. So I'm just going to go play by myself. Or I just don't want to be around you right now. Notice that And it's just like, what would you do if your kids started doing that? You tell them to go take a nap. Go take a nap because you're going to need to. So just nurture, do the things that are going to support you just through this bumpy patch. And do your best not to be grouchy with people because it's just going to lower your vibe and theirs too. So here's the hodgepodge of mess that's going on out there, mostly with the goddesses, the asteroids. So Pallas Athena is going to be conjunct the moon. So this is where this scratchy thing comes in. She's your feminine, assertive self. She can help you with strategy, with cunning, and she can help you come up with win-win solutions, diplomacy, mediation, negotiation, just as long as you're not on the backside, on the end of that, and you just get grumpy with people. Vesta, so they're all squaring with her, and she is all about selfless support of a worthy cause. That's one of her big things she likes to do. The sun, the moon are also squaring Juno, and she's all about committed partnership. So you can see how this could set us up to be in a really sweet place, or it could set us up to be at odds with people that we love or people that we have to work with or whatever. So squares always invite us to turn a corner. So it may highlight rough edges in those relationships. So knowing this going in, hopefully in the moment you'll go, oh, Kath said this could happen, and you'll catch yourself. You'll find a way to just breathe, take a breath. I'm going to go take a nap and just step back until you can make a better choice. Because you're going to want to. You're not going to want to scuffle with people. Now, there is a semi-square also with Saturn and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune are also conjunct with each other. They're still in retrograde. So you can take advantage of that softer, because when they come out of retrograde, they're both in Aries. So it's going to be a big push forward. This is why we want to get our ducks in a row now. So take advantage. When these two play together, it's a good thing, because Neptune is all about visualization and dreaming in what you want. And Saturn is all about anchoring, putting down structures that are going to create those things. So they can play together really nice. And now that they're still in retrograde, you want to be going, okay, maybe we could dream this in, and maybe we could dream that in. You can also think about, are there things in place in your life that you want to let go of? That dissolution thing, because this is the full moon. So you could let Saturn and Neptune dissolve those structures gently and easily, instead of beating your head against the wall or having to crash and burn or all of that. It's like, I catch a lot of grief from family members sometimes for what I teach, but to me, it just makes sense to, if you know what frequencies are going to be out there, you can catch yourself and you can behave in a conscious way rather than just get slammed around. And, I'm a Gemini. I have a tendency to get slammed around. So I need to know. I need to know what's coming. Okay. Oops. Hang on here. Okay, Kath, come on. There you go. So there's a Mars square and there's a Ceres sextile. So these two, and Chiron, these these are more positive. All the full moon possibilities that we've talked about will be tired or will be fired up by how close Mars is to the moon. So Mars is that push energy. It's like Aries. So that's why I said, and that's why everybody's calling this an uncomfortable full moon. It's just like, just breathe and take your time and go slow. And if you have the opportunity to just be alone, take it. You'll be much better off after it's all over with. Now, there is some happy. The Grain Goddess series, best known for her themes of harvest and abundance, is out there. So she's playing, but she experienced some trauma in her medicine story when Pluto kidnapped Persephone. So she's also tied up here with Chiron and shadow work. So like I said, it could go either way. You could use this as a really good time to do some inner healing. And it could usually, and I've found this to be true in my own life, when you heal trauma, I don't care who it is, what it was, especially if it's deep in your, like, childhood trauma, abundance comes to you a lot easier. And so there's an opportunity to do that this weekend. If you have a good trauma healing tool, use it. On the other hand, if you just kind of go into it and you don't think about it, you could have some exchanges with people that might not be comfortable. Chiron quintiles the moon, and so it's all about healing and mentoring. So there is opportunity for lots of magical divine healing. But you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to engage it. So just know it going in. Know that there will be lots of opportunities for healing. They will abound this weekend. And you just want to choose to go in the front door and not the back door. You don't want these things popping up on you. So know this going in. So now that I've laid it out there, I'm going to give you a little bit of time, get your journals out, and just answer some of these questions. You already know there are things that you need to release and move as we move into this new time on Earth, because we're in the releasing mode at this point. What are those things that you want to, belief systems that need to go, energy blocks in your way of abundance? And then what are some of the new things you want to dream in? I'll give you a few minutes with that, and then I'm going to go through the card pull. You can keep writing, and I'll just go through the card pull with you so that you have some more assistance. It's a good way to put that. I'll give you another minute if you want to write down some of those questions. You may not have time to write them all, answer them all. So then I'm going to go ahead and we'll go through each one of these. This is the card deck I use, Alchemy Tools of the Profitable Priestess, and it's my card deck, so you won't find it on Amazon. But if you want one, it's time for me to order more. So just let me know. Okay, the first card I pulled in the Earth Door, Present Moment, which is a good, very perfect for right now. Keeping your energy in the present is the most efficient way to get your creations into form. You cannot change the past, you can't control the future, but you can choose your actions in this present moment. Bringing all your energy into present time is the most efficient use of it. If you found yourself lost in worry or concern, you're leaking energy that you could use to be creating. Where are you stuck in the past? Where are you holding fear about the future? What should you be using your energy for instead? If you need more help getting in present time, go outside. Move your body. Focus your attention on taking action on a project. Get out of avoidance and into the present moment. It's pretty perfect, isn't it? So just journal with Earth a bit. See if there's anything else she wants you to know. And then water. This is a very, very appropriate one for the times we're in. Adapt. Many times in the physical realm, things might not go exactly the way we planned. Water teaches us that during these times, rather than scrapping the plan altogether, we can learn to go with the flow and adapt our plans to fit the circumstances at hand. We may not always be able to complete the project as we originally intended, but learning to adapt can help us achieve the outcome we desire. Where do you need to adapt your plan to fit the circumstances you find yourself in? And then in the air realm, I pulled Libra, the balancer, which I always think of Libra as the diplomat, We're going to need that going through this Aquarian full moon. So Libra teaches the importance of balanced relationships. It encourages us to see things from all sides, honor each person's point of view, balance opposites, consider options, and mediate well. So, like I said, we need this in our hip pocket this weekend. How can you create safe space for everyone in your world to be valued? Do you need to develop more cooperative social skills? Do some of your friends need to develop that as well? How are your partnerships? And can you see your relationships as a spiritual path? That may be challenging. So just chat with air a bit. See if air has any more wisdom for you. That's pretty wise right there. And then fire, energize. Fire is pure energy and motion. It can bring energy and life force to any situation. This is where we get the phrase, light a fire under them. Fire can literally cause anything to move and move quickly. What needs to be energized in your life? Where do you need more energy to move forward? And how can fire help you to energize your creations? Where do you need more movement? Ask fire to help you energize your actions to move your projects forward. So chat with fire as well. See if fire has anything else it wants you to know. And then in the spirit door, I pulled higher self. I thought that was pretty perfect. Your higher self is the part of you that is always connected to the upper realms and divine energies. It loves you with an unshakable love that never ends because it knows the depths of who you truly are. We're not this physical body or this physical experience. Your higher self knows that. It works tirelessly to remind you of this, knowing that when you truly remember your divinity, this life won't seem so difficult. Its goal for you is always self-realization. Even though it loves you deeply, it has very little concern for egoic needs and desires. It will always steer you toward the higher path and always meet you with total and unconditional love. So maybe it's time to reconnect with your higher self. What does your higher self need you to know right now? And then I pulled a prosperity card for all of us. Affirm your abundance. We are on an abundant planet. You cannot look out your window and not see it everywhere. And truly, all of us enjoy abundance in so many ways. But we may have a tendency to forget that. One of the key tricks to remembering your abundance all the time is a gratitude journal. Making time to be thankful for what you do have creates the space for more. Another way to bring more of what you do want into your life is to affirm and give thanks for it before it arrives. Whatever we tell ourselves daily will find its way into our lives. I always like this affirmation. My work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation. I'm offering my gifts to the world and being massively compensated. I can always feel the difference in that one. This is the magic of affirming your abundance. Look up some abundance affirmations and read them every day, and then watch the magic happen. And right now is the most potent window to do that in. So I'm going to give you a few moments to begin. That says Cancer full moon. This is the Aquarius full moon. Take a few moments to set some intentions that may have come up for you right now for this full moon, this Aquarian full moon. And if you want to write them down, writing things down is key, especially right now. So write those down. The key things you want to let go of, the key things you want to shift. And then just in case someone on here hasn't, be sure to sign up for the Sophia Unleashed global conference. You will be so glad you did. I always tell people, of all the people that get these emails, I'm the one that gets the biggest blessing because I get to be in person in contact with all of these people at least once during the interview. But you have the opportunity to do that. And every single one of these people told me, she talked to me, she came to me before this interview. So they're pulling through big, big information for you right now. So if you haven't signed up, be sure and sign up for that. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to dance and activate those intentions. So just imagine this is your release opportunity, and just all those things you wrote down, just let it go. Here we go. right, everyone. I give thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us today. I give thanks for all of these beautiful souls that are doing their sacred work. And I close this circle in the light. Hopefully all of you got some good information. Spend some time in the quiet and really sit with this and get what you need. All right, loves. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.